Hi guys, welcome back to the show. It is your girl Sarah right here on the Sunrise, and I am super excited to be here because right now we're going to be talking about everything that you need to know about COVID 19. All right, now we're going to be talking about how the take up of the second jab in England has reduced and why exactly this is something we need to be concerned about. All right, but before we head into that conversation, I want to very quickly remind you that you can, in fact, be a part of the show. All you need to do is just text me or call me on 07852473473. Share your thoughts, share your opinions, and I would absolutely love to hear everything that you have to say. All right. And before we actually head into our conversation, I want to very quickly remind you that you can go like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel because that way you can actually make sure that you keep yourself informed and updated about all of these things. All right. So make sure to go ahead and do that because I would absolutely love if you could be informed, and you can always be the first to know about everything we talk about because we talk about literally anything and everything with regard to science, sports, health, technology, whatever it is you want to be informed about. We talk about it all right here on Relax Radio. All right, now you're tuned into the Sunrise with me, Sarah, and I'm going to keep you company all the way until 9 a.m. So feel free to actually go ahead and do that because I would absolutely love to make sure that you are informed as well. Okay, and don't forget to download our app either because our app is available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, which means it's available completely free of charge for your convenience as well. So feel free to go ahead and do that, and it's available on both the Apple devices and Android devices as well for your convenience. So you can use whatever device you want from wherever you are in the world while you're doing whatever it is you're doing and listening to our conversation. All right. And now let's actually head into our conversation because we're going to be talking about how the take up of the second COVID jab has considerably reduced here in the United Kingdom and why exactly that is something we need to be concerned about. All right. Now, hundreds of thousands of people have actually failed to come forward for the second COVID jab, and this is what official data actually shows, right? Now, scientists have warned that improving uptake among adults is in fact much more crucial when moving on to children's vaccines or even booster shots, right? Because the truth is, even though children are vulnerable as well to COVID 19, the people who are at the most vulnerability is in fact adults. So it's very important that adults are fully vaccinated before they get their booster shots. Because if not, we can't actually flatten the curve and stop the spread. All right. Experts have repeatedly emphasized on the need to receive both doses of the coronavirus vaccines as the second jab greatly increases protection against COVID. All right. And I feel like this also has to do a lot with the anti-vaxxers, the anti-masks, maskers, and also, all of these conspiracy theories that actually exist with regard to getting vaccinated and wearing your mask. And to this day, to this point, I simply do not understand how we have these anti-maskers and anti-vaxxers who are like, oh, you know what, the pandemic doesn't exist, it's basically a hoax, it's basically how the government wants to track us. Well, the truth is, I think they're already doing that by keeping tab on our phones and everything that we do. All right, and that is a joke for legal reasons, but obviously, it's not like they're going to plant a microchip or something in us through a vaccine. All right, I honestly think this just has been way too many science fiction movies that we've watched, or I don't know, sheer idiocy. However, it being what it is, it's important for you to understand that getting vaccinated is in fact the only way to keep your family safe, and not just your family but also your friends as well. Now public figures from Public Health England suggest that the take up of the second dose is in fact leveling off in old age groups, and it's lower than for the first jabs. All right, now the data, which actually extends to the 22nd of August, actually shows the take up of first doses has essentially plateaued in almost all eligible age groups except the very youngest, and in fact falls with age. Right now, nearly 20.4 million people who are aged about 50 and over, or rather 50 and over in England, have actually had their first dose, and that is just under 19.9 million have had their second dose, which is almost a difference of almost about 500,000, right? So there's that, and that is despite people aged 50 to 54 being invited for their first jab since 17th March, which is more than 23 weeks ago. Okay, now in December, the 12-week gap between doses was in fact recommended, but right now, or rather, then it sort of cut down to basically 8 weeks, right? And this was for people who were aged 50 and over in May. And this move actually later expanded to all eligible for the jabs, right? Some over 50s may only recently have had their first jab, and hence, they might not yet be eligible for their second. But the appearance of this reluctance to receive second doses is in fact supported by other data. All right, so it's absolutely important for these adults to actually get their second doses, because the truth is, one dose gives you a specific amount of protection, but it's not the same amount of protection you would get if you take two doses of the COVID vaccine. All right, and getting fully vaccinated should be everyone's priority, because even now, to go out to the club, to the restaurant, they ask you for your vaccine passports, essentially ask you to show that you have been fully vaccinated. All right, so if you want to return to your normal lives as quickly as possible, then the best way for you to do that is by getting fully vaccinated. All right, now make sure to stay tuned, because we're going to be heading into a small break, and after that we will be back to discuss this further. But until then, make sure to stay tuned.
Are you looking to achieve the most relevant qualification to kickstart your career? Then reward yourself with the best globally recognized professional business qualification, CIMA. Irrespective of the field you aspire to succeed in, a CIMA qualification can add immense value to your resume and professional life. Succeed in your CIMA journey with supportive tuition provided by qualified lecturers and resources. Nanaska is the leading registered CIMA tuition provider in Sri Lanka, with over a decade in the industry and hundreds of success stories. With qualified and certified tutors, Nanaska now provides easy access 100% virtual classes so that you could succeed at your exams and in life right from the comfort of your home. At Nanaska, it's not just about a qualification. We help you think out of the box and build a personality. Exciting offers also await students overseas. Enroll now. Call +94 77 499 7338 or visit www.nanaska.com. Commence your CIMA journey at Nanaska and become a globally recognized leader. Nanaska, smile with results.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh. So that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, got me thinking. You want to stand out. Why do you want to stand out though so much, especially with these kind of shirts when you're riding? There must be a purpose behind it, right?
Well, when you say a purpose, Nick, what I do, I wear the shirts, and mainly one because they're nice and bright, so they make me visible, especially if I'm riding on the road.
Okay. That's very important, right? Because you want cars,
very important. And also, like, people see me in like calves, and perhaps I shouldn't be saying this on here, I suppose, but in the bar afterwards.
All right.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh. So that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, you look like a guy who would do.
You know me too well. You know me too well, Nick.
Welcome back to the show, because it is your girl Sarah right here on Relaks Radio, and I am super excited to be here. So please do feel free to get in touch with me and share your thoughts and your opinions with me, because I would absolutely love to hear everything that you have to say with regard to COVID-19 and with regard to everything that is happening, not just here in the United Kingdom, but in fact all over the world as well. All right, so feel free to actually go ahead and let me know your thoughts and your opinions opinions with me. And feel free to actually text me or call me on 07852 as well. All right, because I would love to hear your thoughts, and I would love to hear your opinions about everything that is going on in the world. But you can also go like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that way you can actually make sure that you're always informed and you're updated about all of these things that are happening in the world. All right, so please feel free to actually go ahead and do that, because I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Okay, before we actually head into our conversation, I want to very quickly remind you that our app is available for free, completely for free. Available completely for free on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. So if you want to stay informed and stay tuned to everything that we're talking about, what better way is there for you other than downloading our app? All right, so feel free to actually go ahead and do that, because I would absolutely love that you can stay in touch and share your thoughts and opinions with me, because that will be absolutely amazing. Okay, and now let's actually head into our conversation, because we're going to be talking about how the take up of second COVID jabs have essentially reduced here in the United Kingdom. All right, and now let's actually head into that conversation. Now, according to figures from the UK's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, about 23.9 million second doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca jab has actually been given in the UK as of 18th of August. All right, and this is essentially with regard to all of these things that are currently going on with regard to the vaccine uptake and whatnot. And they're trying to actually make sure that people go and get their vaccines as much as they possibly can, right? And this is obviously with regard to making sure that people are fully vaccinated, given the fact that there is in fact a spike in COVID-19 cases, not just definitely here in the United Kingdom, right? And obviously scientists have basically said that this is going to increase with schools opening, universities having freshers week and whatnot. So they want to make sure that everyone is safe, and the only way they can do that is by actually making sure that people are protecting themselves and keeping themselves safe by getting the vaccine. All right, so that is what the conversation is about. Now, I actually want to talk to you a little bit about how, or rather compare all of these things that have, or the previous data that we've had from the vaccination drive that has been happening for a while now. Right now, in comparison to the Oxford AstraZeneca jabs that have been given in the United Kingdom as of 18th August, that is actually far less than 24.3 million first doses that were administered by 26th of May, which was in fact 12 weeks earlier, right? And the 24.5 million first doses that were given by 23rd June, which was essentially 8 weeks before. All right, now as noted by the Independent, this actually means 400,000 and 600,000 Britons are eligible for a second Oxford AstraZeneca jab. And this is also basically with the MHRA advising that those under 40 should, if possible, be offered a different COVID jab. All right, and the majority of these will be older adults and at greater risk from the virus. Okay, so that's very, very important to keep in mind as well, because Professor Roland Kao, who happens to be an epidemiologist at the Edinburgh University, said that it was actually not, it was not that surprising that, it was basically not surprising that the uptake of the second doses were in fact lower, as some people would actually miss appointments and some may yet come forward for the second jab. All right, so that is essentially the issue that is there right now. And to make sure that these people are getting vaccinated and whatnot, we need to make sure that we keep encouraging people to get vaccinated, because the truth is, if you aren't going to get vaccinated, you're going to put not just yourself but also your family at risk, right? Because the truth is, there's so many anti-vax people out there who think they literally know everything, and who think they know what is happening in the world. But I mean, all these stories I've read about people who've actually gotten to the worst stages of COVID are all people who refuse to get their vaccination. So that should be evidence enough as to why people need to go get the vaccine. And if you don't if you don't want to believe that, and if you refuse to believe science, well, that's on you, honestly. So that is what the conversation is about. And right now, we're actually going to head into a small break. And after that, we will be back to discuss this further. But until then, make sure you stay tuned.
The valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday. And what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I saving or investing for? Why am I doing it? When will I need the money? And how much money do I need? Yeah. So that's quite important, because when you're looking at your net worth, you got to start with saying, well, what do I want my net worth to be? So that there's a goal. And then work backwards. How do I get there? And if I can start with £50 or $50 a week, if I save that every week, and you can go online and use calculators online. I don't have to teach you the maths behind it, but you can say, okay, and if